I am exposing SMMA scammers in an attempt to make them stop scamming innocent people. But in order to get through to the scammer, I had to talk to the team member first. And here is what happened so far.
So I am first of all, we just did 200 clients last month.
So you're basically backing a program and promoting a program that you haven't actually seen anybody go through prior to you selling it, right?
From what I've watched on his YouTube channel, it all seems pretty understandable as well.
I'm curious because if you make such big claims on the website, it's going to raise some questions about the people that you have supposedly worked with. Really, I'm sorry that this is uncomfortable to have these kinds of calls because you might be like, what the hell is going on?
I'm a little bit confused.
Saying I'm done with him and for him to never fucking contact me again. I'm so sorry to have ever been on a call with you attempting to sell anything like that to you.
You just watched a quick summary of part 1. I will link the full video in the top comment. So now I got to meet the actual scammer one-on-one on a call. And I wanted to just find out, who is this guy? And what's the reason for him building an entire online business just on lies? So on this call, I had to play along and follow his little scheme in order to just have a chance of exposing him. I wanted to find out his real identity, and I took it even as far as finding out where he lives, who his real parents are, their names, and even their online profiles. But most importantly, I got one chance for one shot at stopping his scam operation.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, the only problem is I also don't have my microphone here because I left it in the other house because I was shooting content, you know. I hope you can hear me good with my AirPods.
Yeah, totally fine. Thanks for taking the time. I had a call today with right?
Yeah.
I cut right to the chase. Like, what you offer is great. And honestly, it's been impressive to see that at your age, you built this business. Because honestly, for me being in the space for so long, like I built my first agency 8 years ago.
Oh.
Which, you know, looking at your age on your YouTube, I was like, wow, you were like 11 years old when I got started.
Yeah, actually I was, I think, 15. I got into all this stuff with NFTs. Like, after I seen this whole thing of, like, selling images for tens of millions of dollars, I was like, okay, I mean, there's not only work that you can do to actually get money. And I mean, I was always, like, super curious about supercars and all this stuff. Then, yeah, pretty much I bought a course. I think it was, like, $1,600. It was all the money that I had, like my parents gave me and they kept. You know, I didn't know how to market, like nothing. So I bought the course, made the NFTs, but completely a failure. Didn't even sell one. And yeah, pretty much after that, you know, I still had to go to high school, which was a problem for me because doing all this stuff then was becoming pretty hard, like with studying and also making agents. At the moment we've worked with a lot of clients, like 20 plus. And yeah, I mean, it's been going good.
So let me ask you, I saw on your website also listed VaynerMedia. Like, what have you done for VaynerMedia? I was curious to know that.
Okay, let me check it out here. The only thing is that in our contract we have the, what's called?
No! Yes!
The confidentiality thing. I had problems with people that didn't want to, like, give case studies for that. So, let me check. I have all my folders here. Oh yeah, this was actually, probably I'd say, our best work. You know, who the founder of VaynerMedia is. It's super famous. They already had, like, a super good system. I mean, they also started doing some kind of outbound, so some kind of cold reach to other audiences. And pretty much, like, they knew how to, like, acquire the clients via cold DM. But, you know, they were really good at doing, like, inbound organic traffic. But on the side of actually getting the people via cold DMs and setting out all the volume, setting up all the systems, they were not so, I mean, I don't know how to say it. They didn't have so much knowledge.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
Disclaimer, I had no fucking idea what he was talking about because he wasn't even sure what he was talking about. I just sat there almost impressed and also, of course, confused at the number of lies thrown at me. I mean, he averaged almost one lie per minute, which I guess must be something like a Guinness World Record worthy achievement.
So pretty much I was just helping out with the client acquisition on the outbound side. And yeah, pretty much I just had me and the other guys in my team that are specialized in actually doing this. So the cold RP and stuff. Had a call to these guys. We had the calls, pretty much, you can like call them consulting calls, pretty much they paid for each call. And yeah, pretty much we just showed completely everything what we do, completely like everything, strategies, resources, anything. And yeah, this was pretty good.
Yeah, makes sense.
He went on and on and on and on and on. And so it got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
So let me ask you, because I'm so curious, like I said, you know, in many, like for me personally, I got started when I was 23 years old. So even 4 years older than you are today. So I was curious, when you say about 200 clients, like when did you get started? You told me you got started when you were 15 with NFT stuff, but like I'm wondering, at what age did you start building this business or like the agency?
In the agency space, I started when I was 16.
So you had to get somebody else to sign contracts, right?
Yeah, my uncle actually has a business, like some tech kind of business.
I know this is going to really shock your world right now, but at some point, he stopped lying for a second. It was when I tried to find out his real identity, I managed to make him show me his real accounts of his real parents on LinkedIn.
Has like, my dad has been like 8K followers on LinkedIn, which is huge.
It is. It's pretty good. And he's Google certified as well. On your on the website, I know you had all these testimonials. And listen, I have invested about 60K in business education. I paid a single person 40K last year. I don't have a problem investing in myself. But however, the only condition I have is I need to be able to speak to someone out of these testimonials, even if it's for like 5 minutes, to know what they basically have learned from you. And the first question I asked was, how can I talk to Matt Tejan from Lead Marketing Agency?
He was one of the first clients that we had with the whole infrastructure. So I can give him a message if you want, and I can ask him if he's down to have a call with you.
Yeah, I mean, for Matt, it would be really cool because also I think it's one of the bigger agencies. It's been in the space for like a long time. I checked the LinkedIn, so like, I don't know, like 12 years, something like that. Even longer than, I think even longer than, no, not longer than Gary Vaynerchuk, but very long for sure. Problem is, I've already messaged them and they don't seem to know you.
Okay.
Let me tell you one thing, just one thing. I've been in this business for 8 years, okay? These companies can sue you for fraud, defamation, and false advertising, if worst comes to worst, you know? And in that situation, you could even go, like technically, worst case scenario, you could go to jail over that. So like, if none of this is true, that could be a real problem. And why I'm here to have this call with you is, I just want to tell you, if you stay here and talk to me about this, I will not send them anything. And you can take down everything that's fake. But if you leave, I will have to contact them. Okay?
Okay.
So I just want to talk to you about this. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, it's okay, yeah.
I started in 2016 running my own online business. I know what it's like if somebody makes 300, 400K a month. And I know you don't do that. So I documented all of this. That means I documented all the scam, the website, the YouTube. So what you do is incredibly insulting to people who work really hard, like your dad or me or like anybody else, and has built some sort of business for themselves. When I started my agency, like I said, the first time I made 30K a month from home, you were 11 years old. So people like me who've been in this business long enough, they can see through that, they see that. So I will just ask you, like, why are you doing this? Like, what's the reason for doing this?
I mean, maybe just to get clients, maybe, but I mean, like from what you said now, I will take down all the stuff that
you can build a legit business. You don't have to lie to anybody. And in all my like life experience so far in business, I hadn't had to do any of this to get to work with businesses. Of course, it takes more than putting out some fake information online and have people book calls to make money. But it's not too late for you. You're 19 years old. You have all the time in the world to go and build a legit business. Okay? It's a shameful thing to lie and deceive people. I think you know this. You've been taught by your parents not to do something like this. You see videos of Iman Ghazi. I know you face swapped for the thumbnails and everything and use the thumbnails, which I'm like, hey, if you make 300K a month, you will have an editing team. You will not have to face swap yourself. People see that, you know? Why did you choose to do this instead of building a real business? Like, why?
Thought maybe this will make it easier, but I mean, it will not.
I know you have to think about this. It's a very, very shocking experience, but explain to me, like, what's going through your head?
You write all the time, you know, and I just have to completely like just redo all this stuff.
Yeah. See, like, there's no reason for you to not go. Even in doesn't matter if it's in your language somewhere else. I actually have clients from for example. There's no problem for you going to any local business and actually building this business legitimately. I know it's harder. It's harder than pretending something online that you're not. That's easier, but it's actually scam. Nobody will see your face if you change, but you have to promise me to really don't do this again.
It's not worth it.
See, like, this is not a good situation for anybody to be in. And we stay in touch. I will send you another email later. I have other things to do than this. You have other things to do than this. Be productive. Learn how to help a business with ads. It's harder than doing this, but it's worth it. See?
I will change the website, please, without all of that. Then on the Instagram, I will remove all the stuff there. And then also with the YouTube videos, I can delete the ones that are not true.
Yeah, it's not about what I want. It's about what you know is right or wrong, right? I wouldn't build a business on lies. You should not build anything on lies. No relationships to anyone, to friends, to parents, nobody. And don't lie to people. Let me tell you, last thing I will say, then you can respond and then you can go your way, okay? I never had to lie to anyone in business to make this work. And you don't have to lie either. So believe in the good of people. People want to have good results. You go and can help them with Instagram ads, TikTok ads. You can learn all of this stuff. Maybe you even know it already. It's easy, man. Do that and you will have a thriving, great business with purpose in your life. You will be happy that you've done it. But this shit, you will never be proud of that. You will not look in the mirror and say, I'm the nice guy who's making 100K a month, scamming people. It's not going to work.
I'm pretty shocked that, you took it with this such goodwill to me. Thankfully, I haven't signed anyone, so I am more shocked than like what you actually did. Like,
you're surprised that I spent the time talking to you.
Like, it almost seems like to me that I almost have to do it, like, not almost, like, I have to do, like, some favors to you. I don't know. Yeah, but, I don't know how to say it, but you know, like, but just thinking, like, realizing, I don't know if you're religious or not. And I think that all this stuff, like, happens for something, like, for a reason, I don't know. Like, you can believe it or not. I don't know how much my words actually matter right now after all this shit, but, like, I was thinking about, like, this life out, not in the business, but, like, in general, because, I've always been a little bit, like, not being always fully, like, honest. Like when I was probably 11 or 12, until like I was 15 or 16, I was always like super overweight. We had my mom, and I like got super big. And for that reason, like you might think of, I got like super bullied. Like bullying, all this stuff is super common, unfortunately. But yeah, I think because of this, like, then like to just get accepted or something, I like started to like tell more stupid things, like more lies, more that, like to just fill in, and this probably has sadly transitioned into this stuff. Like, you're making me thinking right now. You're making me thinking. So yeah, it's not good. It's not correct. Yeah. I completely understand.
Yeah, and you will only get tied into more and more and more lies.
Yeah. If it were not for you, then probably this whole stuff one day would have come out, and I think like the consequences could have been like this bad, And now I know it. As you said, I'm young, and this is probably the first like real dumb shit that I've done. It's making me think, and I completely understand this. Like dumb shit, like stupid shit, not worth shit that you can maybe like, not maybe like if I kept doing that with my life.
You could, yeah. Easily. Yeah. So, the reason I'm here is I hope I helped to prevent that from happening.
Like when I was saying like this happens for a reason. If it was not you, I could have gone with someone that would have like just published all that, maybe contact people, and it would be pretty But I didn't know they could actually sue me. Like, I don't know this legal part. It really didn't know it. Like, if I knew this earlier, I would not have done it. Absolutely.
So I told him that I wanted to stay in touch with him and I wanted him to watch this video as soon as it drops. Because I think there is a far greater lesson in life to learn, I think, than to be shamed by others. I wanted him to understand what it's truly like to feel ashamed of yourself. So you know who you are, this is for you.
I'll forgive you this once.
And I just want you to look at what you said and the things that you've done to like really drive home the fact for the rest of your life. Be honest in life, man. It gets you so much further than that, okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't know how to thank you enough.
I will tell you this much. There's most likely going to be a part 3 to this video series. If you want to see how this continues, subscribe to this channel, because if you don't, then you're going to miss the notification on that. So the main point of this video was that, see, if you wouldn't take relationship advice from a 12-year-old, then you probably shouldn't take business advice from teenagers either. There are lots of entrepreneurs in this space worth following. Usually they're not pretending to be private jet flying guys in their early 20s. So I'm telling you, not everything that you see is fake either. The world is not black and white. It's on you to find someone that you can truly trust and you want to work with. I want to say that I respect every honest teenager and young adult who wants to start a business this early. That's great. But you know, there's a reason why coaching and consulting is so valuable. It's because it requires experience, real experience. So if you sell somebody else's knowledge without having any experience, then of course it's not really a value that you sell. And this channel right here, it has a lot of free resources because usually I make value-driven content. In this case, I just wanted to make sure that this guy doesn't mess up his entire life by also hurting multiple other people and selling them probably even stolen education. This scene, make money online, it could be so much better. And I'm just here thinking, stop listening to people who are acting and pretending. I will see you in part 3 or somewhere else on this channel. Bye bye.